Alec Lasley from thehoosier.com joins us now. Alec, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
It's Friday, brother. I am happy as I can be. Saw that Indiana spanning the globe to make offers now, extending an offer for a 2023 point guard from Finland, Miro Little.
Yep. They extended that yesterday. That's a Dane Fife lead. So I'm sure Dane likes going out to Europe to span the globe a little bit and check out some prospects internationally. But this is one that no one really knows a ton about. Obviously, still 2023, still pretty young when it comes to his kind of basketball development. But he's a good player. He has a really good Big Ten body already. 6'4" point guard, so he has the size, he has the length, he has really good athleticism as well. And when you look at that from an international perspective, some of those guys coming over, you can't really tell sometimes what they really look like on film, because some of the competition levels over there are just not as great as over here when it comes to the younger age groups, right? But I think you have to give the benefit of the doubt to this staff, and especially Dane Fife. I don't think he's going to tell Mike Woodson to extend an offer to someone if they both don't truly believe that he's a Big Ten player. Programs like Arizona, Gonzaga, Wisconsin, Arizona State, I believe, ton of Power 5 high major programs are involved with him, but Indiana was the first one to actually pull the trigger and extend that offer. So this one still has a long ways before going anywhere, but it's obviously another name that you can add to the at least the point guard list for 2023s for Indiana.
And man, the offers are flying. As I shouldn't say flying, but they have not been shy about offering kids. And we've talked about this before, that the goal is to go at two people for every position and let the best man win, so to speak, because their goal is to get the best players they can absolutely get, period. So they're being recruited over and all that stuff. That's out the door. Yeah, you have to fight for everything. But keeping harmonious, they're still wedging in the personalities from old, new, and future. So it's almost three different groups that are coming together there.
Yeah, I think you look at it that way, but you also look at it as, I think Mike Woodson's done a tremendous job kind of molding that mindset of the returning players already into exactly what he wants out of his group. So I think a lot of that mentality was just completely broken into the last staff era, right? So, I mean, they came in kind of basically new with a totally fresh mindset. And I think that really helped kind of mold that mindset of this current group. So I think you have a lot of that Mike Woodson kind of fingerprint and handprint on this current roster. Obviously, bringing in some of these other guys through the transfer portal, that may have taken a little bit longer to kind of shift them into gears in terms of kind of what IU's looking for, what Mike Woodson is looking for, just because they've had, maybe multiple other coaches in the past as well. But I think the ability that Mike Woodson's been able to bring together this team pretty well already, when you have a lot of different personalities, a lot of new guys on the roster, and a lot of guys who are going to be playing a much different role than kind of what they've used to been playing in current, and in previous situations before they got into IU. And I think he's done a great job with that. So I don't think there's going to be any trouble, if you're spanning the globe, bringing guys in from an international perspective, or from Indiana, or from, out in California. I think just what he's able to do, and that's connecting with players, and players want to see a coach who not only connects with them, but just kind of what it takes to play at the highest level and coach at the highest level. And I think there's a mutual respect there that maybe you didn't have with previous coaches or anything like that. So I think Mike Woodson is going to do quite well when it comes to putting together a team like that, just because he had that experience in the NBA.
Ross asked, all this point guard recruiting has to affect Christian Lander, and you do have to wonder about that, only because normally it's not a situation I would wonder about, but he was a kid that was brought in too early. He was coaxed in here by Archie Miller. Should not have happened. He did. I hope that this has not screwed up his college experience. What he can do, what he should have been able to do. But I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know what's going on, if they're just trying to work with him, and but there has to be an effect.
Yeah, I would say there is, but at the same time, a lot of the guards now that Indiana has that are going to be playing significant minutes outside of Tamar Bates are upperclassmen. So you still need to continue to recruit and continue to bring in guys who are going to, be freshmen and sophomores and continue to fill that pipeline of guards. And Mike Woodson is a guy who he's shown already just in the 2 games in the Bahamas and how he's recruited so far. He wants to be very guard heavy and play almost 3 guards on the floor at one time, multiple times in the game. So you're going to need multiple legs, multiple different players back there, especially as a point guard and especially as a main ball handler. And I think it would be more beneficial for Christian Lander to play with a true point guard and let him do a little bit more of the creativity off of the dribble and look more for his scoring ability than I think maybe his playmaking ability for his teammates. And a lot of these point guards that Mike Woodson and the Indiana staff are offering as of late are true point guards, much more of that pass first floor general aspect. 2 names with Gabe Cupps and Jeremy Fears, especially. Those are 2 significant kind of floor general top point guards that they don't need to score a lot of points to impact the game. And I think that's something that Christian Lander hasn't learned yet. Not due to his fault, just because he was much more of a score first guard in high school. So I don't really think it affects too much of him. I think if anything, it'll benefit him just because he can kind of play off of the ball a lot more if some of these other point guards do come in.